Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Sarat Ehani. I am a teacher and student at Jal School on campus. Today we discuss how to identify and avoid toxic positivity. Toxic positivity is the belief that people should stay positive all the time, even during difficult situations. While optimism can be helpful, ignoring sadness, anger, or fear can harm mental and emotional well-being. Learning to recognize and avoid toxic positivity helps us accept our true feelings and support others with empathy and understanding. So don't waste time. We connect with ChatGPT for these discussions. Hi ChatGPT.
Of course. What kind of discussion are you thinking of? Are you looking for a discussion on a particular topic, a debate, or maybe a casual conversation starter? Let me know what you have in mind.
Yes, we discuss how to identify and avoid toxic positivity.
Absolutely. So, toxic positivity is basically when we insist on always having a positive mindset, dismissing or ignoring real, valid emotions. It can look like someone brushing off your struggles with a simple just stay positive or everything happens for a reason. So, in our discussion, we can talk about how to spot it, like when people invalidate feelings, and also how to respond with empathy and create space for authenticity. Does that sound like the kind of direction you were thinking of?
How is toxic positivity different from healthy optimism?
That's a really important distinction. Healthy optimism is about acknowledging challenges, but choosing to focus on the possibility of a positive outcome. It's grounded in reality. You still recognize problems, but you don't deny them. Toxic positivity, on the other hand, is like a blanket dismissal of any negativity, which can be really isolating. So, healthy optimism leaves room for both hope and authenticity.
What are common examples of toxic positivity?
Yeah, definitely. So, common examples would be things like when someone says, just look on the bright side, right after you've expressed a real fear or sadness. Or when people say everything happens for a reason without really letting you sit with your disappointment. Another one is when people are encouraged to just be grateful, even if they're going through a tough time. These kinds of phrases can shut down deeper conversations.
Why do people ignore negative emotions?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think a lot of times people do it because they're uncomfortable with negative emotions. They want to fix things quickly, or they fear that sitting with pain will bring more of it. Also, society sometimes encourages this toxic positivity as a way to keep things upbeat, especially in social media culture. But it ends up isolating people who really need support.
How can toxic positivity affect mental health? How can toxic positivity affect mental health? ChatGPT, are you here?
Toxic positivity by making people feel isolated or ashamed of their real emotions. If you're constantly told to just be happy or look on the bright side, you might suppress sadness or anxiety, which can lead to bigger issues like stress, burnout, or even depression. So it's really important to have space for both positive and negative feelings.
What are the signs of toxic positivity in relationships?
That's a really good point. In relationships, toxic positivity can prevent people from feeling truly heard or supported. If one partner's constantly pushing a just stay positive mindset, the other person might feel like their needs or struggles are being dismissed. So, healthy relationships really rely on true emotional honesty, allowing space for both joy and struggle.
How does social media promote toxic positivity?
Yeah, it really can. I mean, social media often highlights these super happy, perfect moments, think carefully curated posts and constant good vibes only messaging. And while that can be inspiring sometimes, it often leaves out real struggles, making people feel like they're alone or not measuring up. So it kind of perpetuates that pressure to only show the positive side, which can be really draining.
Why is it important to accept all emotions?
Yeah, it's really crucial because emotions are all part of being human. They give us important signals about what we need. When we accept all emotions, both positive and negative, we can process them in a healthy way, build resilience, and respond more authentically to ourselves and others. It's really about creating space for all of it.
How can we support someone without dismissing their feelings?
That's a great question. I think the key is really active listening. So letting them express themselves without rushing to fix it. You can acknowledge their feelings by saying something like, I see you're really hurting and I'm here for you. Or it's okay to feel this way and you don't have to be positive right now. Just being present and safe for them can make a huge difference.
How can active listening reduce toxic positivity?
Yeah, active listening is really powerful because it shows the other person they're truly seen and heard. Instead of brushing off their feelings or forcing a quick cheer up, we're creating a space where they can be vulnerable. That validation helps them process their emotions more fully, so it doesn't get dismissed or pushed aside.
Why is emotional honesty important?
Emotional honesty is so important because it helps us build trust and authenticity in our relationships. When we're honest about how we feel without masking or faking it, we invite others to do the same, and that creates deeper connections. Plus, it helps us respond to our own needs more clearly so we don't feel stuck or misunderstood.
How can workplace reduce toxic positivity?
Yeah, workplaces can reduce toxic positivity by normalizing open conversations about challenges and setbacks. Leaders can model vulnerability by acknowledging difficulties and showing that it's okay to not be okay. Offering space for breaks, reflection, and realistic goal setting helps too, so it's about balancing optimism with real supportive space for struggles.
What role does empathy play in healthy communication?
Empathy is really the foundation of healthy communication because it allows us to truly understand where the other person is coming from. When we approach conversations with empathy, we validate their experience, which builds trust, reduces defensiveness, and encourages open, honest dialogue. It keeps communication strong and real.
Can toxic positivity affect children? How?
Yeah, it absolutely can. If kids are only told to stay positive or that their feelings don't matter, they might not develop healthy emotional awareness. They could learn to suppress frustration or sadness, which can lead to confusion or even difficulties in managing stress later on. So it's really important to let them feel big emotions safely and openly.
What are healthy ways to cope with difficult emotions?
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of healthy ways. For example, you can practice mindfulness, just observing your feelings without judgment. You can also talk to a trusted friend or therapist, journal your thoughts, or even engage in creative outlets like art or music. The key is giving yourself space to feel and express without rushing to fix it.
How can journaling help process emotions?
Yeah, so journaling is really helpful because it gives you a private, judgment free space to express what you're feeling. When you write down your emotions, it helps you process them, see patterns, and sometimes even gain insight or clarity you might not have noticed before. So it's like a safe, reflective tool for emotional growth.
Why is seeking help a sign of strength?
Absolutely. When we express our emotions, even if it's hard, it actually takes a lot of courage and it shows a kind of strength. It means we're facing our feelings head on, which is a huge step toward healing and growth.
How can mindfulness encourage emotional acceptance?
Yeah, exactly. Mindfulness really helps us stay present with whatever emotions are coming up without judging them or trying to fix them. When we just observe our feelings, we start to accept them as they are, which reduces that internal pressure to always be happy and positive.
What is emotional validation?
Emotional validation is basically letting someone know that their feelings make sense and are okay without trying to this way or your emotions are valid. It helps people feel understood and gives them a safe space to fully express themselves.
How can friends and family create safe spaces for emotions?
Yeah, absolutely. Friends and family can create a safe space by really listening without judgment, being patient, and showing that their love or support doesn't depend on always being positive. Simple things like asking, "Is there, how are you really doing today?" or just sitting with someone who's upset can make a huge difference.
What are the long term effects of suppressing feelings?
Yeah, definitely. In the long term, suppressing feelings can lead to a bunch of issues, things like increased stress, anxiety, even physical health problems. Over time, emotions that get ignored or bottled up can become harder to manage, and they might show up in other more intense ways. So, letting them out in healthy ways really protects your well being.
How can we balance positivity with emotional honesty?
That's a great question. I think it's all about being real about what you're feeling while also staying open to hope. So you don't have to deny the difficulty, just let yourself say, "This is hard and it's okay to feel this way." And then if you can, add, "And I believe things can get better." That balance allows both truth and hope to coexist.
Thank you, ChatGPT, and thank you for taking the time to discuss how to identify with and avoid toxic positivity. May we all learn to embrace our emotions with courage, treat ourselves and others with kindness, with kindness and empathy can flourish. Remember, true strength is not sprinting to be happy all the time. It is accepting every emotion and growing through life's challenges with hope and compassion. Thanks.